Prehistoric Planet Episode 1, Kos, is a beautiful start of this next generation walking with dinosaurs. If you haven't checked it out yet, I highly recommend that you do. Over the course of this week, a new Prehistoric Planet episode comes out every day with 5 in total. I'll be doing a review/summary for all of them, so subscribe to the channel if you want to geek out with a fellow dinosaur fan. Right away, the intro of the first episode of Prehistoric Planet made me emotional. I cannot lie. I had goosebumps. It's just amazing to get this kind of scientific dinosaur content, and the appearance and narration of Sir David Attenborough gives it the gravitas that it deserves. If you are familiar with the Planet Earth documentary series, then you know what to expect from the storytelling of Prehistoric Planet. It is very much the same kind of approach, which means it is very engaging, it makes you feel attached to the animals, and the story seamlessly weaves through the trials and tribulations of several species. Many species, in fact, for this specific episode, all taking place in the coastal biome. However, even though it focuses on a single biome, the episode does still take us all over the world. We spend some time on land, some time in the sea, and some time even in the air. So it really is a lot of variation. It doesn't feel limited in spite of the singular biome, and it just gives us a beautiful glimpse into the prehistoric life there. The episode starts off with David Attenborough standing by a Tyrannosaurus skeleton, and that is also the first dinosaur that the episode focuses on, and it is a very strong start. Interesting side note, the Tyrannosaurus is actually the only dinosaur to appear in this first episode. The rest are marine and flying reptiles, fish, corals, and ammonites. There are a total of 7 species being showcased in the episode, and here is that list. You do see more species appear in the background, but those are not named and they're not the focus of the story. If I had to describe the episode succinctly, it would be baby murder. A lot of babies die in this episode. That's nature, of course, and it's also good storytelling. Like I said, you really become attached to the animals, but it's also, frankly, sad for the same reason, that you really do become attached to the animals, and it feels very real, so it's hitting you in the feels. I'm worried about the trauma this entire series will amount to. The episode starts with a male Tyrannosaurus Rex and his offspring of 5 swim from one island to the next scavenging for food, but only 4 babies make it to shore. One of the babies could not keep up and was pulled under the waves by a Mosasaurus. Tyrannosaurus Rex, Mosasaurus, emotional trauma, all within the first 10 minutes of the episode. Like I said, a very strong start. You're hooked right away. The storytelling combines those sad and tense moments with a fair bit of cuteness and humor too, so it's a pleasant kind of roller coaster. The CGI is absolutely immaculate and blends beautifully with the real-world cinematography. It really does a stellar job at making you believe that they somehow sent a camera crew back in time to record the footage for this series. It's very immersive, and you totally forget that this isn't quite the same as Planet Earth, in the sense that it is all fake. Spoiler alert. But it doesn't feel that way. Honestly, you totally forget about all of that. It feels like you're there in prehistory observing these magnificent animals. And speaking of the cinematography, by the way, it is absolutely beautiful, as you would expect from a documentary series like this, like in the vein of Planet Earth. The animal behavior is all based in science, and there are very clear references to the behavior of modern day animals, which makes it all feel very grounded. Knowing some of the scenes from upcoming episodes though, maybe sometimes it feels a little bit too familiar, a little bit too reminiscent of modern day animals, but I'll discuss that in tomorrow's episode reviewing the desert episode, because I think that is where it'll apply. If not, I will stand corrected, but for now I'll just say elephant seals, that's all. The Kos episode also comes with a behind-the-scenes clip, so I'm assuming that every single episode will be accompanied by a similar clip like this. And it's really interesting. They interview, for example, some of the lead scientific consultants that they used or referenced for the scientific information in the episode itself. There is more of the incomparable Sir David Attenborough. And yeah, it's just a little bit of behind the scenes showing you, hey, we didn't make this stuff up, by the way. There is evidence in the fossil record to suggest, for example, that the Tyrannosaurus Rex was a very capable swimmer, stuff like that. So yeah, in case you miss it, there is a little bit of extra content for you to enjoy. It is about 5 minutes long, and it's just really interesting to watch with the scientific approach that they've taken to it. Overall, the episode was an absolute joy to watch. It is about 40 minutes long, but it doesn't feel like it. For me, the end came way too soon. I could have watched this for hours on end, and I'm glad that in the end we are getting 5 episodes, so we are getting a lot more content, and I imagine myself binge watching this series quite a few times. Now that I've seen the first episode, I am all the more excited about the continuation of this series. I truly feel like we're being spoiled as dinosaur fans, but on the other hand, I think we deserve it. It's not always easy being a dinosaur fan, so this feels like a nice treat. For every episode, I told myself I would pick a favorite moment and share that in these reviews, but that is a very daunting task now because the entire episode from start to finish was so incredibly well made. But I think I'll go with the baby T-Rexes playfully hunting on the beach as my favorite moment, because at least that had a positive emotion to it. But there are 3 other really gripping scenes, namely the Mosa hunting the Rexes, the Alcyone's first flight, and the Mosasaurus Battle, which were really top-notch and personal favorites as well. Share your own favorite moment from the first episode of Prehistoric Planet in a comment down below. Like I said, I will be doing these videos every day for every episode, but in the weekend I'll also do a video reviewing the series as a whole and picking my favorite episode. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the Prehistoric Planet content. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, enjoy Prehistoric Planet.